the airport when the flight was like delayed a little bit. You could see the plane, but you couldn't get on the plane. You know, one of those ones, and everyone's getting antsy. And you know, whenever the plane, they start saying we're going to start boarding soon, everyone rushes to the front, and they board by group.
Yeah.
So why are you standing there? Like, so then when we want to get on the plane and they've called our group, we have to like, excuse me, sorry.
British people cannot handle not being in a queue though.
Oh, jeez.
And in Northern Ireland, they are the most British. They're like British people squared, aren't they?
But it was a lot of Americans in that flight.
Oh, well, they think they're British. They think they're Irish, don't they? They don't know. We're not recording.
Yeah.
Are we? This is nice. No, we're not. I'm not recording.
Well, it says recording on my screen.
Does it? Okay, fine. That's fine. I didn't hear the voice.
Oh, I don't know. She doesn't always come up though, does she?
It's just crazy. What's happening?
And then, you know, whenever you go out of your way to plan your flight home, so you wouldn't be getting on the trains in London during rush hour. And then the trains don't come, and you're standing at the train station for an hour and a half.
At
Heathrow? Huh?
At Heathrow?
Yeah.
That's obscene.
I'll do the Elizabeth line. So the Heathrow Express, obviously you can get there for direct to Paddington, but that's the Heathrow Express, that's like 50 quid.
Yeah.
But, so there was no trains from Heathrow Terminal 5, so I had to get the train from Terminal 5 to Terminal 2 and 3 and wait there for the Elizabeth line. So the next train just kept being delayed, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then just delayed. And then a Heathrow Express came, and the guy said, only people with a paper ticket for the Elizabeth line can use the Heathrow Express. Because I'm assuming once you've tapped in, if you then tap out at Paddington, it will charge you for the Heathrow Express. So I went up to the guy and I was like, look, I'm getting on the next Heathrow Express regardless of what's happening.
I've got a fucking paper ticket, I live here.
And if there's someone at the other side, is the barrier manned at Paddington? And the guy was like, yeah. And I was like, fine. And he's going to open the gate for me and I'm not going to tap out. Hello and welcome to this slightly delayed episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives Though podcast. Rosie and I are back.
Slightly delayed is the statement of the day, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, my whole...
Danny has not had good travels.
No, I haven't.
You're lucky she's here.
I literally took a 30-minute flight today and it took me 4.5 hours to get home. I could have done my flight 5 times.
You could have been in Tenerife.
I could have been in Canada almost at this point.
Could have been in Iceland.
The fucking Elizabeth line, honestly.
Which is a tube line, which is an underground train.
It was,
God, we don't say things right.
I am flabbergasted at the effort it took for me to get home today with 2 kids by myself.
It's that.
Oh, and they're so good, bless them. They really are amazing travelers. They're really good at it. They just get their heads down and they carry on. But like, I was just like shouting at them a lot because I was nervous.
It's horrible that you get all worked up.
And I didn't want to have to shout at them, but like, I didn't know how else to convey like the importance of them staying close to me, walking in a straight line, paying attention to what they were doing. And it just, anyway.
It's busy and it's all of that. London is it's got tourists back again, which is awful.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And that's the thing, I'm overcompensating for the fact that other people are fucking morons.
I have just started cutting through those, I don't know where they come from, those tour groups where they all have matching backpacks.
And the leader with the clipboard.
I just push right through those. I'm like, sorry, you've come to London on a school trip. You may not go home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just honestly,
but we're back and lots has happened.
All right, so
let's talk about words on the street. Are we gonna? You've got things you need to tell us.
I have some things to say.
I'm leaning back.
The first word on the street was the Bethany and Jill Zarin podcast.
Oh yeah.
After 13 years of them not speaking, after 13 years of them having beef, them sitting together and having a conversation and seemingly exposing Bravo and Andy Cohen for
filming at a funeral,
for stealing Jill Zarin's ideas for the girls' trip, lying or not dispelling myths around her not getting paid. That's the reason why she didn't want to do Legacy. And Bethany being Bethany, where she didn't take accountability for anything. She kind of just basically said, yeah, that's kind of what happened, but I'm not going to apologize for it. Making her seem like she was the bigger person by only wearing a $30 dress because she didn't want Jill to feel bad. Because what, she's richer than Jill? I didn't understand.
Yeah, I think that was it.
part.
I think that's the subcontext of all of it. I'm richer than you. I think any conversation you're having with Bethany, she would like you to know that she is richer than you.
Right. And how she hasn't taken her on a private jet yet, but she promised she would when she made her first 2 million.
Oh, but all of that's so cringy. Like, they're both... I was exhausted after listening to that.
I really was. But it was the whole these, and then the last 2 days, I think it was, because I've been in a black hole in the middle of the countryside in Ireland where I've had no signal. And I kind of have caught snippets of stuff when Twitter didn't have a freak out at me. They didn't have enough internet connection. That NeNe is sat down with Carlos King, one of the original producers of Atlanta and other franchises, and is basically done another expose on the Housewives, how it changed, and the expectations from production and the stuff that production were doing to make sure that there was story and things were happening and stuff. Like, why are we entering this era of Housewives trying to blow up Bravo's spot? Like,
because
what is
they're jealous because they're seeing the better deals that are getting cut now. But that's just what happens.
Oh, and isn't Bethany starting a lawsuit against residual checks?
Residuals?
Yeah, so she's saying that housewives should get paid residual, whatever it is, checks. They should have better contracts. They should have all the rest of
which I get. Out on strike, then shouldn't she?
I think that people should get paid for a job that they do.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do. You should get paid for the job that you do. And the amount of streaming and the amount of reruns that we watch of every Housewives franchise on all of the networks in the UK, online, whatever. In America, I'm sure it's the same. I do believe they should get some kind of check every year for the shit that's going on.
You think writers should get a check every time you read a book?
I mean, if you're going to go on what I just said, yes.
Yeah, but there are different things are different in different places, aren't they? There are different. We appreciate things in different art forms, and yeah, sure, have the conversation about it, but like, Bethany's so rich. She's brilliant, obviously, but she's so annoying that even when she says the right things, it's annoying.
I know. I just don't like this coming
greedy, crazy.
The hand that fed you. Like, you wouldn't be who you are today if it wasn't for the Housewives. So you weren't that
but
fussed
she does
about
not
signing
think that.
But you didn't have an issue signing the contracts that you were signing or doing the stuff that you're doing. Like NeNe was saying, she stopped enjoying it and stopped thinking it was fun after season 4. So why did you stay until season 12, season 13, season whatever it was? Because of the paycheck.
Yeah, and also these are people who are prepared to film with Trump. Let's not forget that.
Oh, yeah, fair. She was cashing a Trump check.
I just think we're all morals now, are we? Yeah,
I don't know. It's just not sitting well with me, listeners. I'm uncomfortable about it. I don't like it.
That whole interview with the pair of them, it just made me thought, how exhausting must it be to be either of them? Like, it's kind of like that energy level 20 years ago is sort of one thing, but now you're like, oh my God, turn it the fuck down.
You're 60. No, they're not. But I mean.
But yeah, like.
They're grown hardback women.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not like that anymore. Just stop.
I know. It's a lot.
Get over yourself. You don't have to win every single point.
No, and aren't they all
she'll be
friends
like,
with Andy?
I'm not thirsty. Like, oh, come now, babe.
Yeah. I was only speaking to him because I was talking about the show. It was
And
nothing to do with...
did you see with well, we'll get into the new RHONY, but how like everybody when they were on Watch What Happens Live was like, oh yeah, Jill reached out, Jill spoke to me, Jill sent me a gift.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's a lot. So full disclosure, listeners, before we get into it, actually, because I'll forget to say, I have zero memory of anything that happened last week in the Bravo universe. I can't remember anything. I've watched all the episodes. I just can't remember what happened. So
Been over the rainbow since then, chasing pots of gold.
yeah, I've met leprechauns. I've done all sorts of shit. So bear with me.
I think the biggest story though that we need to talk about in the Bravo universe is Graham / Hippie Gate.
So who is Hippie?
Well, so James is implying that Hippie is the renaming of Graham.
Graham.
Right.
But
the entirety of Instagram definitely seems to think that that is a different dog.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of nose comparison. Nose size, nose colour.
Where I love this with every fibre of my soul.
Whereas I am like,
people need to fucking get a hobby.
I am so upset that after not knowing what Vanderpump Rules was going to be last year and getting the absolute win of the premiere season for me, I am not prepared to watch Lucy Apple Juicy season 2. I can't, the whole story cannot be about this fucking dog.
That's fair. How about Rochelle being spotted with a hat that says like remember to be a good person?
I imagine she looks in mirrors a lot, so maybe it's just a genuine
my thought
memoir.
process was she needs to have it somewhere that she looks in the mirror all the damn time. That it needs, but like, why do you need, like, is that really a smart PR move on her part?
No, she's not good at the PR. She's not. I had other words on the streets. I hope
Graham does Hippie, crack, whatever it is, is back with James, because I feel like James is a better parent to that dog than Rochelle would ever be.
Yeah, I just don't think I have it in me. I don't think I can. Did you see?
Yeah, Rosie's not convinced. She doesn't give a shit. While she has her moment, listeners, hit pause, go rate, go subscribe, go tell a friend about this podcast. Let's get our rankings up.
We're going to have to look at so many pictures and talk about this dog so much. I'm going to need something to help me. Did you see that Stassi and Lala said that they didn't get as much empathy as Ariana when they got cheated on because they're stronger than her?
What now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it didn't sit quite right with me.
That's not what that is.
I was like, I think it's because you were fucking someone else's husband.
Okay,
when you got cheated on.
We're not getting into this again. I'm not doing this argument with you about Lala and Randall. I'm not doing this again. I can't.
But like, Randall was clearly a piece of shit.
Well, yes, but also I think she
was out for Randall's money. Randall had money when she got with him.
Yeah, my whole thing with that is Ariana showed absolute blind loyalty to Tom.
Yeah,
like no matter how
for
much
a decade.
of a boss bitch cunt behavior that Ariana displayed, and that was a lot. Right, like she was a bit touch and go for a while. If I liked her, like I saw her myself in her, so I was like, she's a spirit animal. But at the same time, this bitch is arrogant and she's anally retentive. She's all those things. But the way she rode for Tom made me think, oh no, she genuinely loves this man. So like, there's nothing gonna break them up. Whereas Stassi and Lala, I didn't get that ride or die attitude from them. I got, you are the Mr. Right Now, not right for me. So it's not the same. That's ridiculous. I refute that, Satan. No. No.
In other bad man related news, Erica Jane has won her legal battle to get her $750,000 earrings in the same week she was photographed with victims of the of Tom's victims.
I'm just going to sit by what I don't have anything to say to that.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that the
How
chick
does she fucking sleep now?
Didn't she buy the earrings? Didn't some other woman buy the earrings?
She got them
auction?
back.
Yeah, but how? So she's had them in her ear. Is my point. Why are you sharing earrings? If you can afford to buy a $750,000 earring, why are you sharing them? Go to Cartier and buy a brand new pair. Like, what are you doing? That's disgusting. I wouldn't share earrings with my child. That's inside stuff. That's like physically inside somebody else's body. Like, that's no, not for me.
I think of it as that disgusting. But you make a very valid point.
It goes in someone. Nah.
It's like skin, isn't it? Would you share a bracelet with someone?
Have you smelt holes when you don't clean them properly?
No.
Have you not got, like, sometimes you get that like little white pussy stuff that gets trapped in there, kind of like a whitehead, but not quite a whitehead. It's like you haven't put an earring through there in a little while.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. I definitely won't now. That's that possibility. I mean, not that I was planning on sharing earrings, but you know, now it's a firm no.
Next they're going to be like, oh, we share nose rings. Fuck off.
Share tampons.
Oh,
right.
Oh, I found out someone I know got their clitoris pierced. That was a different conversation I didn't need to have. It took 2 men to hold her down, apparently.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
That sort of makes me feel like you don't really want that.
No, but because apparently, like, your reactions, they can't afford for you to, like, clamp up.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, intimate piercing. People have loads.
Yeah, it's not for me, that.
It's not for me. I am... like, female ones, I'm like, well, at least this is an area that's just doing one thing. Like, if you have your bell end done, like, just think.
There's stuff coming out of that.
Yeah,
Who sets the stuff coming out of that?
Yeah, and then again, we get into the cleaning argument.
And then when you go inside someone,
it's just,
stuff goes in it. The smell. Oh, Lord. Yeah. No.
People it's something that people are very converted on, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you're either in it or you're not. I don't think there's a middle ground.
No. Imagine it takes fucking ages to heal.
Because it's constantly, like, used.
Yeah, and, like, not, like, abundantly in the air.
No, it's not getting any fresh air, is it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's not being aired out.
It's not being aired out. Right, this is lovely.
Yeah. Next word on the sheet. Let's go.
Did you see all the shit that New Jersey Danielle got about her kid going to see the Barbie movie and people didn't like how she was dressed?
No, I've been in a hole. What happened?
Oh, so she had like a Barbie party and she took her and her friends and she got a load of shit from people because it's a 12, is it maybe? And she's like 6.
Yeah, but I think the 12 rating is based on
it's all parental
language. I don't think it's got anything to do with.
It doesn't have any sex in it or drugs or anything, is it?
No, and I think a lot of the innuendo. Have you seen it? It's like a Disney movie. Like Moana says.
I think people are being real dicks to her. Like, it's her kid. If she wants to take her kid to a film about Barbie, that the biggest criticism that people seem to have on it is that it's like feminist. Like, fucking go for it.
Well, I was planning on taking my 6-year-old to see Barbie, so fuck you.
Were you going to put her in a Chanel necklace, though?
Well, no, because I can't afford a Chanel necklace. But if I could, then yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, so that's the other thing that people are upset about, like the amount of because she's so often dressed as like a classic Barbie kid, isn't she?
Yeah.
I just sent you the picture.
Oh, right.
People are like upset about her outfit. That she's like, I don't know.
Okay, first of all, this kid is fucking amazing.
I know, right? Doesn't she look brilliant?
I'm obsessed with this little girl. What was her name again? Oh, shit.
I can only think of Gianella, and that's Rachel.
That's Valentina.
Valentina.
Come through, Valentina, with your pearl glasses and your Chanel necklace. I'm here for it.
And you should see her. She's like giving it all. Like,
okay. Any one of our listeners.
She's enjoying going to Barbie.
Any one of our listeners disapprove of the way Danielle is raising her kid, argue with yourself, because that bitch is fabulous.
I mean, I'm not sure if I would like that level of personality in my house in a 6-year-old, but it's not like I don't have that.
I mean, you have a level of personality, it's just different.
Yeah.
Maybe she's respectful and does everything Danielle tells her to do, goes to bed on time, eats whatever she's put in front of her. Maybe she has all of that, but she just gives a bit of sass on the side.
She just needs a Chanel necklace in exchange. Why not?
I mean, swings and roundabouts.
It's great. You have to see her whole outfit. She's got like
all right, I'm on
the
it.
bag, everything. She's great.
Oh, yes. Come through.
Anyway, that's my words on the streets.
All right. I feel like they just got me mad.
Yeah, they did. Well, the other thing that is in like the back of my mind is that Ralph Pittman has like a new business where he's selling aprons.
Oh, I've seen that. The call me daddy in the kitchen
Call
thing.
me daddy in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm
No.
not calling him anything other than fuck off.
Yeah, like absolute no, babe.
However, love the business idea. Everyone's got merch and everyone's got merch to drop. Should we drop some merch? I don't know what we would.
It's just going to be lots of swearing, isn't it? Swearing on things.
I think we should have like soundbite merch. You know, like we should have hoodies.
Not we going to be people
press the button and it says something that we say. Like I heard a lot of people love the way.
Cards.
Yeah, a lot of people love the way I say dickhead, for example. And it just says dickhead and you can press it and then it just says dickhead.
I mean, who doesn't need a dickhead button?
I would. Oh. We used to have a bullshit button in the office back in the day when I worked in an office. Every time someone said something, we'd like smack it. Bullshit. Yeah. All right, let's go. So what do we have? Crappie Lake, Atlanta.
New York.
RHONY.
I think we should talk about New York.
New
York. So the general feels I've heard from everyone is that everyone is enjoying it, but there is some like wishing that there was a separation of old and new. Like they sort of wish it was called something else to like, I think, alleviate their guilt.
Yeah.
Of liking it.
So I get that because when I went to watch it, it was a new season of New York. And I was like, so it's not a new, that didn't sit well.
No, it's season 14.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's I think what everyone's feeling.
However, felt absolutely no remorse, no guilt. Didn't miss any of them.
No.
I watched it like it was a new show and I fucking loved it. But I genuinely believe, I was saying this to people on Twitter, that I think it is because, shout out to you, it's because we're watching Crappie Lake at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm
getting your hit.
Sonja and Luann, and in my head, that's still New York.
That's enough, yeah.
Like New York is happening. It's just
it's sort of happening without Ramona and without Dorinda.
I
mean, that's all we wanted, isn't it?
Not so much Dorinda.
I'm scared.
But Ramona, I could live without never hearing or seeing Ramona sing it ever again. However, you can't discount the way Ramona makes you feel.
Oh yeah,
like, that is brilliant.
She's getting us activated, isn't she?
Oh, mate, so
I'm not scrolling on my phone.
When I knew she was going to be on Ultimate Girls Trip, I got really excited because of who she was going to be with. I was like, she can't pull this shit with Kenya.
She's going to get hit.
Okay, but yeah, I'm loving RHONY. I am. Do you have?
Let's talk about the new. Yeah, I do. I think it's very obvious. I think Jenna is my favorite. Yeah, because she's obviously the best.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Because she's got all the things that they're all trying to have, right?
Yeah. When are we going to meet her girlfriend? Because I haven't seen this week's episode yet.
No, neither have I. Yeah, it has.
Okay.
I was saving it. I've become attached to my chair. Hold on.
What, like the sequins and the
yeah,
thing?
Very much like that. Yeah, like the crochet
the
and the sequins. There we go.
Yeah.
I've released myself. God, that was a moment. So my life flashed before my eyes.
Oh my god, you're a dickhead. I love it.
I'm sorry. So there's Jenna, who used to work at J. Crew, did the whole like ladder all the way at the top. She's got all the actual outfits. She's got the apartment,
the shoe closet.
That
would make Carrie Bradshaw cream in her panties.
Absolutely. And then I saw a weird video of her. Not weird. I saw an interview of her talking about she's got some kind of condition.
Yeah, so she's had a bunch of surgery.
Yeah, and she was saying how her hair's not her hair. She was saying it's not a wig, it's like a hat. I thought, I don't know what that means.
Is she just trying to not be black? Like, what is she trying to do?
I don't know.
She's not trying to appropriate wig culture. Is that what she like? Is she trying to like do a thing?
I think white people have had wig, maybe not in America.
I mean, Kim Zolciak paved the way, though, didn't she?
I mean, you know, Marie Antoinette, there's loads of white people in wigs.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the old white people because they had slaves and shit.
Yeah, okay. Fair point.
I'm in a weird mood, guys. I don't know why I said that. That wasn't necessary or relevant to the topic.
So she's fun. Then we've got Bryn.
Okay. Who does Bryn remind you of? She reminds me of somebody.
Oh no, I know this. It is it's a pop star. Mandy Moore.
Yeah. Do you think?
Do you not think? Is it not Mandy Moore? Is
She
that
does
not the
look
right
like
word?
Mandy Moore, actually. Yeah, she does. The chick who did This Is Us.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I think. But also,
But
I saw a thing and I feel
behaviour-wise,
like
she
I
reminds
might
me of
not.
someone.
Oh yeah, like so many damaged people. Like I think she's great telly, but like what a train wreck of a person.
Her on Watch What Happens Live gave me a hangover.
Oh, she's like, yeah.
It was.
I mean,
I
she's
don't
leaning in,
understand
isn't
this,
she?
listeners. You can't see me do this, but you know when the girls do the thing where they have their hands up by their shoulders and they like shimmy their chest and they stick their tongue out. Why are we doing this now? Why is that a thing? I see so many of these girls do that. Why? Why are we doing this?
I don't see anyone doing that.
Bryn did it like 800 times on Watch What Happens Live.
She's like a little giddy cat.
Oh, it makes me want to like make better choices. Jesus.
But her whole thing is like, I'm a bit of a ditzy slut. Like that's like her tagline, isn't it?
I don't think that she's a slut though. That's
I
the
also
point.
don't think she's that ditzy.
No, that bitch is smart.
And I think probably, yeah, like she's actually after the old-fashioned thing, isn't she?
Yeah, it sounds like she wants to have kids and
I mean, it does appear that she doesn't own any clothing that has a back. And in that, I include what she wore on Watch What Happens Live, which I think she was wearing backwards.
Does her bottom half have backs?
I don't know. But there's definitely no backs in the top halves, is there?
And who's the one that has the twins that are out of control?
Is that Jessel?
Right.
The British Asian lady?
There's two Asian ladies, no? Or Jessel's the English one?
British, yeah.
And who is treating her husband like a servant because she thinks it's cute and it's not cute.
Yeah, and her whole, like, isn't that her storyline that they don't have sex?
Yeah, I don't know why people keep pushing that narrative because it's not interesting for us to pay attention to.
I'd much rather be like, let's look, her mum looks fun.
Her mum, oh my days, that bitch is fine and fierce and fabulous.
All of that. I'd watch her.
With her, did she was it like a grey blonde hair? Short
yeah,
cat?
she had like a little like platinum do going on, didn't she?
With the dark skin colour? Yes.
Yeah. She was great.
Absolutely.
I like that their flat, like
apartment.
Their apartment. So they obviously like decided to have children. And then
they didn't want to change their life.
their house has not reflected that in any way whatsoever.
It's white.
They got white sofas.
And she's walking around picking stuff up, like, and she wanted her husband to get off the kitchen table because she. What?
No.
Who's paying for that apartment? Him and his laptop. So shut the fuck up.
She's a publicist.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like her at all. I don't. As soon as she came with my screen, I recoiled. I don't like her. I'll probably change my mind later, but right now I don't like her.
She seems like the boring one.
Yeah. No, I think Erin's boring.
Erin, she's the actual New Yorker. She's the Jewish New Yorker.
She's a Jewish New Yorker who is only 35 and looks like she's 70. She doesn't. She looks good, but you know, like the way she dresses,
in a world where they all look amazing.
She looks really old for 35. Like she's younger than me, and I look like.
Yeah, she doesn't look younger than us.
No, she doesn't. Like she dresses older than us. Like maybe she's just put together, and we're just jealous. I don't know.
Maybe. I think her family looks fun. I like all the kids and the brothers and the dad, and that look quite fun.
The husband looks like he's the one that does everything. and she kind of just pitches up. I think the husband runs
But what
the
is
show.
she? What does she do? Does she
I
have
don't know.
I can't think what her job is. Her
She
main thing
books
seems to be that
restaurant
she was a New
reservations
Yorker.
that no
that
one
people
wants
don't
to
wanna
go
go
to because
to.
it's not 2012.
Oh man.
Okay, can we talk about how the whole episode was based on where they can and can't eat and cheese?
And
I
cheese.
love that.
I think we're going to get on just fine.
This is the level of New York shit that I love. Like
Yeah.
how ridiculous it is that this is serious problems in their life.
I love it. I mean, that's what I want.
That's what New York always was.
Yeah. Like everybody just proving how busy they are while they're also there not being busy.
Oh.
And then who eats and who doesn't eat. That is New York, right?
Yeah. And then you've got Sai.
Yes.
Is it Sai? Is that how you pronounce
Sai.
it?
Yeah, that is right. And she's an influencer.
And she lives in Brooklyn.
And her husband's retired.
Townhouse.
He doesn't work now because she is such a good influencer.
Yeah, he retired and he runs the household. He's another fine-looking white man.
Yeah.
Do you know who else we saw this week talking about fine-looking white men? Heath. Is it Heath or Keith?
It is
Monyetta's husband. Yeah. Anyway, I got those couple of
Monyetta. Yeah, Monyetta and Heath are like goals, aren't they?
They really are. I'm obsessed. But yeah, I reckon Sai and her husband might be the new couple for me.
Oh, okay. And they've got kids and they have kid shit in their house.
Yep.
And they've moved out to get a house.
Yep.
They're like the real people.
Yeah. She's around the way girl. I love that. I haven't heard that saying in a long time. And then I had the song stuck in my head, Around the Way Girl. You know, the 90s R&B song? Love it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She like you could really stare at her.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a way of saying this that doesn't sound uncomplimentary, but I don't mean it to be uncomplimentary. She's really interesting looking.
Yeah, she's not.
I think she is. I think she's attractive.
Yeah,
but it's almost like she's like so like long, and then so it can be so fresh faced, and yeah,
she's like a painting.
I can't quite. I was thinking she's like a cat.
A cat. You like comparing people to felines?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Uber.
Who's Chanel Ian's cousin?
She is Chanel Ian's cousin, but nobody knew this, which I don't believe at all.
I believe that. I think they didn't say anything.
You think they
purpose,
yeah.
But
she's been cast in the Chanel Ian.
She was like Chanel Ian.
Yeah, they've gone, this works.
That's why she was cast.
Yeah.
But because they're the same person.
Yeah.
The way they walk, the way they talk,
yeah.
Their fashions, everything is the same.
Yeah, she seems great. She seems fun.
I think she's my favourite. I said that already, but she's my other favourite.
I think they're all my favourites.
No, not all of them. Don't like Erin.
Okay.
Who else is there?
No, that's them.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it?
Oh, I don't like Jessel, not Erin. It's Jessel I don't know. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. It's going to take me a minute.
Jessel is the British Asian woman.
Yeah,
Erin
I like
is
her.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree. I think Erin is annoying, and I think they're all trying to establish themselves, aren't they, at the moment, which then it's hard not to lean into another RHONY character.
Yeah.
Because like Bryn's just trying to be dumb, and Erin's just trying to be like, I don't know, is she trying to be Carol? Is she trying to be, who is the woo girl?
Bryn.
No, in old RHONY. You do. It'll come to us.
No, go on. Give me more than a woohoo girl.
She like worked with all the famous people, and she knew Jay-Z and
Kelly Ben-Simone.
No. Oh my god, people are screaming at you.
Okay.
Like nobody expects me to remember anyone's name, but people are mad at you. She was Carol's friend. She then
the model, Kristen.
No.
I've watched RHONY so many times. I should know this.
You do know this. She was whooping up. That was not Vicky, obviously. Oh my god. People are upset. I can tell.
All right, let me Google it because that's going to piss me off. Right, you talk while I Google. I'm really sorry, people. I've lost my housewife kudos, haven't I?
So whose house would you like to live in? I think I would like to live in Jenna's house, ideally, but I would in like on my own, but in real life, I'd like to live in Sai's house.
Yeah, definitely Sai's house, I think.
So we open, everything starts, and we know that there is initial Erin and Bryn drama.
Heather Thompson.
Heather!
Yeah. Sorry.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there's Bryn, Erin drama. Is this the drama? So this is the restaurant drama.
Yes, but also then that escalates into
the cheese drama, but the cheese drama is with other people. Because the cheese drama is between Sai and Erin.
But Bryn told Sai.
Yeah.
That Erin said it, and everyone's like, that's not what I said.
It's weird. And then she makes a big effort to eat a load of cheese. Eats fondue. Oh. Yeah, I just think I really don't care if people don't like cheese. But I like this level of drama. That's absolutely fine.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for these. The white women are bringing the release. The comical release on the Housewives franchises right now. The black girls are just making it too difficult to watch. It's like everyone is fighting and they're fighting dirty. But these girls are like, although I don't know, I wanted to fuck Tamara up this week.
Oh, don't.
Oh, we'll get into it.
So then we get introduced. We go to Jessel's house. She says how she met her husband and they've been together for a long time, but they were unintentionally married.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that happening.
Which I thought was a very, very weird saying. I like getting married is an awful lot of effort.
Well, not unless you just run down to the courthouse. But I can't imagine being Asian that's what you do.
Well, I thought
wedding.
I don't know. I thought maybe people make assumptions that they were like arranged or some shit. Who knows? Does that still happen in America? Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So is he English too?
Yeah, I think he's British. Yeah.
So they moved to America together?
Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't know.
Or they just happened to meet in New York?
Yeah.
And they both happen to have English accents?
Yeah, I can't really place his accent, but I think
he doesn't talk enough. He just says yes, dear, and does whatever she says.
Goes in the other room.
Yeah.
And Jenna turns up and eats the display Oreos.
She freaks out because she's like,
how long has this been here? I mean, I don't think Oreos can go off. They're like just made of sugar and chemicals.
They go stale though.
Yeah. But that's the worst that's going to happen.
Yeah, then you just put them in some milk. They're fine.
It's fine. Absolutely fine.
But Americans think that their food quality is decent, so.
Then we go to Erin's house and we see the sister and the brother and they're I don't know if she has two brothers or if it's one brother twice. I don't know if it's Daniel and David or one of them's there's just one of them and it's Daniel or David. Oh, so that's something for me to look out for.
Okay, I'll pay attention.
And then they've got kids and one of them's called Eli or the husband's called Eli.
Yes.
And I felt, looking at the entire family, I felt like there was two very distinct sets of genes in her family. There was her and the mum and like potentially one of the brothers, or that might have been her husband. And then there was like the dad and the sister and the other brother. And I just felt like there is no blending.
They didn't blend.
No, they're just like copies on either side and there's no blending. But then I also thought, I'm sure that's not her first face. And I thought that I've written it down. Abe, her husband's Abraham, and I think he hates her family.
Yeah. Oh, what? He did not enjoy being there at all, did he? No, not one bit.
Everybody in her family has turned up in their best, and none of their clothes fit them.
I didn't notice, but
everybody is like bursting out of things.
Yeah.
They've got mad kids, and one of their kids just had like no pants on.
I poo-pooed.
Yeah.
That was so cute. Yeah, that was so cute. I do not miss those days.
Then we see Uber, and she is upset that there is like a theme to go to Jenna's house, and the theme is khaki. Nobody understands khaki.
Okay, so I thought about you when this was happening, about how you would have been screaming at the TV in agreement with Jenna that
Yeah.
khaki is
It's
a
a
colour,
colour.
not a fabric, not
It's
an
not
outfit
fabric,
choice.
it's not a trouser, it's a colour.
I'm just like, Rosie right now is kissing Jenna's face on the TV.
But she gave them so many options. They didn't have to wear fucking khaki. She also gave them black and metallics. It was easy.
I 100% said this is Rosie's wet dream. She's having a fucking brilliant time.
The irony is, I fully agree with Uber. Like, I don't want to go to a party where I've been told what to wear.
Yeah, fair.
So
And
she turned up in black. I'd have turned up in like bright pink. I'd have been like, fuck this. I'm not playing by this rule. You want me to come in your house or not?
She probably would have been like, not.
Yeah.
Jenna looks like she doesn't fuck around.
Yeah. And that's sort of fine. I don't really mind that, but then like don't invite me to your house if I'm not allowed to wear what I like. Then we go to Sai's house and we meet David, who's a stay-at-home dad, and he openly calls her wifey, which I'm not sure how I feel about.
Well, they're like the ghetto couple done well, aren't they?
Okay.
So that's just like normal behavior.
Okay. And do you think
I've got like an itchy back and that's like really close to my bum. I'm sorry.
Just don't mind me while you just scratch your ass.
Yeah.
And Bryn is just the shit stirrer, right?
Oh, Bryn is a fucking mess and I love it. But I don't want her to turn into Tamara.
No. She's got potential though, you're right.
Messy that she is now.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine when it's all kind of a threat, isn't it? And not a reality. Like, ooh, I might fuck your dad. But not like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Her tagline is fucking brilliant. I loved it so much.
So we go to Jenna's flat and she's got kids?
A son.
Like
just the one?
Yeah, and then her goddaughter was there.
Yeah.
And that's when they do the testimonials and everyone like thinks she's like a complete enigma because she likes olives, but she doesn't like green olives.
Isn't that just a choice? I understand how that's an enigma.
Yeah, I
like chocolate, but I don't like all chocolate. Does that make me complicated?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just think most hang out with people who are more complicated than that. Like that's
I like Pinot Noir, but I don't like Shiraz. Does that make me like
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think you're pretty elevated.
Oh, okay, good for me.
You're like a maze.
Sit up here with my J. Crew throne with my shoe closet. And I'm going to eat green olives because I don't like black. Actually, that's not true. I like all olives, but yeah.
And she's got a lovely flat, and she had a chef, and she's got loads of books. She's the only person I was trying to think of if you've ever seen books in anyone else's house.
I mean, aside from their own.
Yeah, yes, of course.
You always see their books in the background.
You do see their books.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do need a floor plan of that apartment though. I need to know where the windows are and like how the layout.
We haven't had a floor plan conversation in a while.
I know, I always want a floor plan.
Yeah, because her apartment doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's just 2 big rooms.
Yeah, because she destroyed it to make a shoe closet.
Yeah, I think she's got like a kitchen living room.
Yeah.
And then she's got like a master suite.
Yeah.
But the corridor did seem long. If
you live by yourself,
yeah,
that's your lifestyle, then, and also that's like no, you can't stay with me. I like that.
I mean, yes, exactly. How fucking expensive is that flat going to be? Like,
yeah.
Erin's
a real estate agent.
She's in real estate,
because she talks about how she's like, how are you going to resell that? Yeah, there we go.
You're going to put a fucking door here and put a wall here, and then it's going to be a bedroom.
So I wonder if I'm going to see a crossover with my $1 million listed New York people.
Oh, maybe.
Because obviously if she's in real estate, they're all like the biggest real estate brokers in New York. So we'll see. You should watch that. You like that. You should watch that.
Yeah, I would like that.
A Housewives downtime.
I have loads of thoughts about her apartment. I can go on. She's
All
got
right.
like, there was a thing with like, there was a couple of things that I didn't. There was one thing that I didn't like. Behind her sofa, she had this like fairy light on the tree thing. I didn't like that. I didn't know what it was. But she had an umbrella holder. She had like a pot to put umbrellas in by her door.
Love that.
Yes.
However, I have always asked this question to myself. I'm not going to empty that out because I know what type of person I am. So will it go mouldy and smell?
Yeah.
Okay. So I won't be getting one of those then.
I think you have fish.
Yeah, but like, that's different. I see them. Like, I put an umbrella in by my front door. I don't look at it again. I'm not paying attention to how much water's collected in the bottom of the damn thing.
It rains quite a bit in New York though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it rains hard.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
Then what else? What else is in my notes? Just that like all the shit kicks off about Cheesegate.
Yep.
And they're all shit starers and it's fun. Oh, and they break the chair in her shoe room.
Well, apparently they didn't though, did they?
It was like pre-broken. It just fell apart.
Was it a sex thing?
That's what people kept asking. I was like, no, I think it's just a chair.
Yeah, like how are you having sex on a chair like that? I don't understand.
They didn't fall through and a penis came out.
Well, no, Jenna's gay anyway.
Okay, fine.
I mean, a dildo.
A tongue? Yeah.
I mean, same thing. But yeah, no, I just don't understand it because the way the chair was angled, that's not a good position for sex. Like it didn't make sense. I was looking at it going,
I think they were reaching, weren't they?
Yeah, how are you having sex? Because that's not normal.
Yeah, all folded up.
Yeah, like you need to like arch out. Yeah, it looked uncomfortable. Nah, it's not for me. It's like you trying to have sex in a car. It's just not going to work.
It's not going to work. The logistics just don't work. What can we say? So yeah, I think that they've like had their sort of slight beef about who's coolest and who's going for dinner with who and who doesn't like cheese.
Yeah.
And then they like go off and like try her clothes on. And that was the bit where I was like, she's genuinely pissed that they're going to get those clothes tangled.
Yeah, she was upset. Like you could see it in her face. That was a proper fashion emergency.
Like, don't be ripping things out of my Valentino. There's labels. There's labels on those girls.
Yeah, but
there's money that I think
Jenna's
got like decades of fucking like good
fashion.
Shit.
And she knows everybody. Like she probably has proper couture. Like she could tell you what couture is, where to get it.
I didn't like that dress on Erin. And that's Yves Saint Laurent.
Which dress?
Black with the like.
Oh yeah. You didn't like it?
I just think they wear tights in New York still, don't they? It's sort of
pantyhose for everyone else.
Yes. I don't know. I think they don't call them. Do they not call them pantyhose when they're like opaque? I think they have another word. All types opaque. No, some are like see-through.
Oh no, I don't do those. They look like pop socks. Do you remember pop socks? Are they still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Get yourself down M&S. Get some pop socks.
No, but when you get them from Tyrac. Do you remember Tyrac?
Yeah.
My mum used to get
Why? Why? What was she doing?
I don't know, but I remember there was a Tyrac in Ealing Broadway when I was growing up, and she used to buy her pop socks from there. Yeah,
Rosie, I'm
so distressed.
I feel like it's raised so many more questions. I can't possibly imagine why that was happening. Was she putting them over her head and robbing banks?
No. Although maybe, I don't know.
Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, bit of like random nostalgia for you.
Those are my thoughts on New York. I can't wait to see more. I think it'd be cool.
I'm excited. I want to see how they end up at the end of the season when they do the reunion.
I think they're gonna fucking hate each other. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I think it's gonna be fantastic. But right now, I think it delivered. They had big shoes to fill. They had a lot of naysayers, and I think They did a job, and
Yeah.
and like fuck anyone who doesn't think that they did.
I think Saya's on her best behavior, trying to be like as clipped as proper and proper as she can be, and I think Erin is trying to be as like street as she can be, and I think those two words will collide.
Oh, it's gonna blow the fuck up,
and people are gonna get to where they actually are.
Yeah, absolutely. Saya's gonna go, she's gonna go off, I think. And it's gonna be fantastic to watch. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
what next?
let's talk about OC. Because
Oh,
I don't know how much more I've got in me for the rest of today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how long this episode is going to be because I'm tired. And I'm to the tired where I'm going to say some shit that's going to get us cancelled. So,
okay.
Just like speed it up. I don't remember anything that happened in Atlanta that got me riled up, whereas OC got me riled up.
Okay, tell me what get you riled up.
Well, Tamra did.
Before we start with Tamra, can we talk about shit, why can I not remember Emily's kid's name?
Annabelle.
Can we talk about Annabelle when Emily's planning a party and she's like, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have a slip
for adults.
The slipper slide for women?
Yeah. And then Shayna was like, yeah, for grown women.
Grown women.
Fantastic. Let's we can start at the start of the episode.
That's the start of the episode, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
The slip and slide for adults is fantastic. I want to do one.
Oh, can you imagine what happens when you're a kid? You can just fling your shit, you can just fling yourself down anything. You'll be absolutely fine. Did you ever race in wheelie bins when you were a kid?
All the time.
Can you die now?
Or we'd find a shopping trolley.
If I pushed you down a street in a shopping trolley now, we would have to go to A&E.
Down a hill. It was down hills all the time. We'd go to the top of a hill, and it wasn't the normal shopping trolley. It was like the small shopping trolley.
Yeah, the shallow one.
The shallow, that's it, the shallow one. And there's no room for error in that.
How do any of us have any teeth?
I don't know. I did some dumb shit as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, you had a fucking laser tag. You had no excuse.
I had other things to do. Yeah,
we had nothing to do.
Yeah, that's fair. I grew up in an estate though. Yeah. I think you even went downstairs one time in one of the shopping trolleys in a tower block. I'm getting a very vivid memory of that.
I have really scary memories of being like, it wasn't illegal if you were on a farm for like, anybody can like drive a vehicle on a farm. It's like private land. And I'm like, seems like an error. And there was always fire. Fire. Anyway, we get some chat about Shannon's relationship, like some pre-setup of how that's going, even though we know it's going terribly.
So was it the end of the episode where we see Shannon say to production, like, if you air that, my relationship's done?
Yeah.
So that's the end of the episode. So what happens at the beginning of the episode?
They're just sort of setting up like that they both plan when the kids are out that they'll be...
Oh, when they're in John's house.
Yeah.
And Shannon can't open anything in the fridge.
She doesn't know where everything falls out of the fridge. She doesn't know where spoons are. She's never been there before. She can't use gravity.
She can't use gravity.
It seems to be like her first day with it, doesn't it? Then we see Heather. She's still limping about because she did 6 seconds of shoveling shit.
I need a minute.
She's gone.
Wait, my edible kicked in. I'm still on she can't use gravity. Because I think that you couldn't describe Shannon better than that statement right there. That defines Shannon Bador perfectly. Like, she can't use gravity. That's it. That's the name of the episode. That's it.
Oh. Then we have catching up about what happened in Montana with Emily because she wasn't there. So everyone's catching her up about how Heather's a bitch. And Emily's like, yeah, and Emily's like, I'm gonna tell her you're passive aggressive and you come out like you are all condescending and holier than that, and she's all like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, you know this, everyone said this before.
I know, but the way Emily does it though, it hits different. Like,
because she's not dumb.
She's not, yeah, and she says it in such a reasonable way.
Yeah.
Like, she lays out the fact. Could you imagine having an argument with her?
No.
Like, I would walk into that argument so strong in my convictions and walk out going, what the fuck just happened?
I'd be like, I have to reevaluate my whole life.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she's like, let me tell you about yourself. And it's completely reasonable. And then on top of that, she's then like mean. And so you're like, oh, I know.
She hits you with some long-worded insults. So you're like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like, this is makes complete sense. It's fully thought out. Oh no, I'm a dickhead. And then she's like, dickhead. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Emily is on the phone to her mum. She's going to invite her mum.
And she's crying.
And she's crying because they sent pictures and her mum's like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad. Like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's, but why do it on camera?
Yes, exactly. Like, it's so...
Emily doesn't need a storyline.
She doesn't need a storyline.
She just brings everything to the table. Like, she doesn't need a storyline, so there's no need for her to do that.
And it's a bit mean to the mum, isn't it?
Especially if the mum is dealing with her own demons.
Yeah, because I feel like she's trying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then Gina brings Jen a candle. And
yes.
She's like, oh, this was really wanky. And she's like, oh no, I genuinely love it. I feel completely seen. And they sort of
they're friends now, are they?
Now they're friends because Jen said all the right things.
Okay.
Then Shannon goes shopping with the twins. And she's talking about how they need... So I didn't understand what what's it called?
A university?
A college counsellor.
Oh, a college counsellor, yes.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
That's someone who helps you cheat to get into university.
Yeah, I only know it because I watched that documentary about
how they all cheat.
That celebrity girl who got in on a rowing scholarship and she's never rowed a day in her life.
Never seen a rowing boat.
No, never, not one.
Yeah, it's so fucked, isn't it, the university system in America?
Yeah. Yeah. And how much it's going to cost?
It's going to cost so much. And then, like, it's all... You just got no fucking chance, have you, if you're, like, not really rich? Because how are you going to pay for that? And how are you going to possibly have the time? And you have to pay for each university individually to apply. It's so shit.
Yeah, I know. It's horrendous. The system is rigged in America, isn't it?
It's awful.
Yeah.
But Shannon's there doing her bit for the world, buying secondhand because the clothes have already off-gassed.
So is off-gas the thing, or is that a Shannon thing?
It is a thing. Like, if you buy a mattress, they tell you to, like...
air it?
Yeah, that's so that it off-gasses. And there are things, it does happen, like... I mean, you know what it's like if you get it, like... There's also, like, loads of things are cleaned with ozone, and that leaves a smell. But not in a way that, like, by the time something's been in a shop, you're fine. But off-gassing is a thing with fabric and dye. Mainly it's dye.
But she still spent $3,000 on a Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that someone else has already had.
That someone else has already owned. And
I mean, everything I buy is secondhand, basically everything. So I'm not against it. But yeah, don't like... She's doing it because she's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not doing it because she's thrifty. She's going to pay $75,000 worth of privilege for those kids to go to uni. Then we go to Heather's going on a boat to go to...
It's not a boat. What's it called? A duffy?
Oh, what did they call that?
Was it a duffy?
What does that mean?
Yeah, okay. It's like a dinghy.
I thought it was going to be, when they said it, I thought it was going to be one of those, you know how they have stupid words for trams?
What's the word that they use for trams?
They call
it's
it
not tram.
Clicker-clacker. Sally, they call it
a road train. It's probably a road train.
I think they call them trolleys.
Oh, trolley, yeah, they do call them trolleys. Yeah. Clicker-clacker. What the fuck is wrong? However, I love that.
Yeah. From now on, if you're in Croydon, you start calling it the clicker clacker.
Yeah, do that in the San Francisco clicker clackers.
And she's being all condescending and how she hopes we can all just take away from this dinner that we the positive in the world, and it's just a little something that I've prepared, even though it's so much more than you could ever prepare, and I am very rich and you are below me.
Yeah,
with some chopsticks.
I want them chopsticks.
You want chopsticks with your name engraved on?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then they've invited a black person.
A black person, yeah.
Because they've got to this point in the season where they were like, we should probably have a black person.
Yeah. Lauren. I want to say, I've been calling her Lauren, so if her name's not Lauren, I do apologise.
I think it's Laura.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I would have guessed Laura, but...
Okay, well, we're in the right ballpark.
Yeah.
However, thoroughly enjoyed every single sentence that came out of that girl's mouth.
Is she
always when she offered all the alcohol, and she was like, yes. And then when she was like, and you're going to defend her now? After she called her up, like, oh, yes. Enjoyed all of it.
Perfect.
She needs to be on this show more. Bring her on. Is that what's happening? Is she now
she's the friend,
the diversity casting?
Yeah, she's the positive discrimination.
I don't know how I feel about that.
They took and then Shannon's all like, John lives over there.
Under a bridge because he's a troll. Emily's brilliant. Her one-liners are fantastic.
Then everybody has to sign a card because Max is going to uni.
I didn't understand this because Max is having a hard time being away from her privileged life.
She's anxious. She has anxiety. So she's chosen to go to thousands of miles away from where she knows anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you know how we were like, oh, I don't know anywhere in New Jersey that has a university. It's Princeton.
No.
Yeah, like that's the big uni there.
Holy shit.
I don't know if Max is there, but that is where.
No, isn't she in Boston?
That's what oh no, is she? We talked about MIT in Boston.
MIT's in Boston.
I thought she was in Jersey.
Either way, I'm just shocked that Jersey has Princeton. Yeah. Who saw that coming?
Well, I think everyone knows.
Oh, we're
other than us.
All right. Well, we're not trying to get into Princeton, people. We're not the smartest tools in the fucking box.
Oh, cheers.
Let's be clear. We're not Princeton material, are we?
I go Princeton.
You could probably go to MIT. You could like whip some shit up with your hands and build some funky stuff.
I don't think that's it. I think I'd have more chance of getting into the one where it's all like bullshit and talking, don't you?
Yeah, maybe.
But the signing of the card, like, she doesn't fucking want that.
No, I just think Heather as well. Like, stop trying to force your life on other people. No one gives a fuck about you or your kids.
Your kid went to uni. Like, that happens. That, like, your kids are 18. They've left home. This is not shocking.
Also, as well, if she's having anxiety about being away from home, does she want to be reminded about all the people that she's left behind?
Oh, your mum's friends are all out to dinner. I don't know. I just think she'd be like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who these people are. Who the fuck is Jen?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not for me. Like, I don't. Yeah.
It was like when Yolanda made them all paint a tile.
Oh, for Gigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For her
but not for Bella, because she doesn't like Bella. Yeah, that was weird.
So then we get into the Ryan argument.
Yeah.
Tamara says that Ryan's already fucked up.
But she said that. Jen said that as production point flashback to.
Yeah. I'm just worried about you. He's already fucked up. And then she's just like, what is Tamara's motivation in this scene?
Tamara's motivation is that she's upset that no one cares that Ryan wanted to fuck her at some point, because that is not the highlight of the conversation here. The highlight of the conversation is people are concerned that Jen has put all of her eggs in this dick picking, piece of shit basket, and they are concerned for her mental health and her well-being, whereas Tamra, with her 85-year-old backside and her leathery chest, is concerned that no one cares that someone wanted to fuck her. That's what's happening.
Okay.
This is where I am. I'm upset. And
I mean,
the worst
everything
part
you're
is,
saying is absolutely true.
the worst part is I wasn't even that. I love Tamara to pieces. She's one of my favorite housewives of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I love her, and I genuinely believe if I met her in real life, we would probably be friends.
Oh yeah.
But her behavior these last three episodes has given me an ick. Like, she gives me the ick now, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shake it. And it's generally, it's rehearsed, it's planned, it's vindictive, and it's nasty.
And also, I think it's so illustrative of like our theory that like her and Eddie like have none, because I'm like, that's fucking bratty behavior.
She wants
you're just
to feel
desperate
sexy.
for it. Yeah, you're desperate for attention.
Absolutely. And Jen is younger, better looking, and has a better body.
Bendier.
Mm-hmm.
So have we talked about this dick pic thing?
The penis picture, because Shannon can't say dick pic.
So he sent a dick pic to his cover story.
No, we talked about it.
He sent a dick pic to everybody in his phone book. I'm still not over
all
that.
by mistake. I don't even know if I have that option to send all. I have to create a group for that. That's like that's a labor-intensive process. That's not something that just happens.
No. I loved though when Tamara's like, he's a fucking whore, and Emily's like, I did hear that.
Yeah. And when they were talking about the dick pic, she's like, oh yeah, I heard about the dick pic too.
Heard about that. Yeah. Emily's got her ears on the streets.
And then Jen was like, just be careful, like what you're saying right now. Like, and then Tamara stands up and squares up to her. If Jen had clocked her in her face in that moment of time, Tamara wouldn't have known how to respond. No. She's all mouth. And that's fighting. Like I said, I tweeted this. That's fighting talk where I come from. You score up at me like that, you're not walking away from that conversation.
But then Tamara like busts out and she makes a whole big thing.
Has to do shots at the bar and making all this big scene and having all these men chatting her up again.
Oh my god,
she's old and decrepit.
It's just too much.
She's not though. She looks good. I know I keep saying that, but Tamara's a fine piece of ass. She's just annoyed me.
It's too much. I can't deal with it. It's just exhausting. Yeah, she needs to calm it down.
Yeah.
Or bring some more interesting. I know. Good Lord. I mean, Vicky's going to hate them all.
Yeah, but that's what we love about Vicky. Vicky has been Vicky from day one. She showed you who she is, and I love her for it. She overly works gravity. She falls over a lot. Yeah, she is. But she's mean too. She's mean. Like, and she says really mean stuff, and she's fundamentally a terrible person, Vicky Gumbelson. But I can't help but love that bitch. I don't know what it is. She's just fundamentally a terrible person. Yeah, she's a dog shit for human, as we would say. Which is a great housewife. Do you think she's coming this week? Yes. Okay. We shall see. But I think we'll see her at the end of the episode. I don't think we're getting like an episode of Vicky. Yeah, they've teased it too early in the season. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Insulted Tamara. No, I'm done. I just can't believe we're having this level of this drama over that man. I mean, he's winning, isn't he? Oh, it's just not worth it though, is it? No, I agree. Right, Atlanta. Yeah, I can't remember what happened in Atlanta at all. It's Thanksgiving. I said that about the rest of them, and I seem to remember just fine. Yeah, we'll jog your memory. It's Thanksgiving initially. Thanksgiving in Italy. Initially. Oh, initially. I was like, okay. Thanksgiving in Atlanta. Oh, yeah, no, I definitely don't remember. So we see Candy doing some volunteering. We see Kenya's dad coming to visit. Okay. And so Brooklyn meets him, and they haven't met before. For the first time? Yeah. Brooklyn's a hardback grown-ass child. What do you mean? Yeah, but there was like the pandemic, and like Kenya's a lunatic, and you know things. It's a lunatic.
I don't know why it's so long. I agree. I was like, why? Like, it's 2023. The pandemic has
finished
happened.
a long time ago.
It's done. Like, in the lifetime of that child, that's a big time ago.
Jesus.
Then we go to Drew's house and Ralph is cooking.
Oh, it's the episode with him in the apron and all the men
And all the men.
And Ross made me have to lay down for 2 minutes. Because when Ross was cooking, and I had to lay down. That was a lot. That was a lot. I think that's why I can't remember the episode. I blacked out after that. I was done.
And Drew was wearing some terrible. She's got some outfits, man. What does she look like?
I don't know.
And so she's like, and he's like, the men are doing everything. Like, we appear to have ordered all this shit in prepared.
There's a chef in the background, no?
Yeah, because then we talk about how is the chef going to get paid?
And isn't she being sued for $1,000?
Yes, by a different chef
who wanted to trial or something.
Yes,
right.
But I think that's a hidden lead. I think there's something else about that chef.
Okay.
I think there's other things afoot.
Okay.
Gives me bad vibes.
All right.
And then so Courtney and Bryce come. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Who everyone knows and everyone's worked with and everyone's fucked.
Yeah.
And now he looks dog shit.
Oh, on this note,
yeah,
she rolled up to this brunch, lunch, whatever it is, wearing a full Gucci trench coat.
Yeah.
Where was that at the Gucci brunch?
She just bought that.
Okay.
Yeah, she did. You're right. That's a good point.
I thought about that. I was like, bitch, where was that 2 weeks ago when you had to wear a Gucci, you wore a belt? Just saying.
When you wore a belt.
But I mean, everyone could buy a Gucci belt. Like, you need thousands to buy a trench coat.
Yeah.
Or was it consignments, or did let eBay not have any?
Maybe it was gassing off, maybe. So everyone comes in, everyone says hello. Drew's like, oh, you've all met my sister Alison, but she doesn't get to sit down and eat.
No.
She just wanders off to the living room. Seems a little bit rude. We talk about Roy.
Oh, and he was all up in Marlo's DMs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's like a, shots fired, isn't it?
Well.
But then Kenya's also like, she doesn't like that Marlo's like just telling everyone, like she's brought Scotty and I don't know why Kenya's upset by this.
Because Kenya doesn't like it when other people are more successful than her. If we've not worked this one out yet.
But equally, Kenya doesn't like to be in a relationship. She likes the concept of a relationship, but she doesn't actually like people.
No, she doesn't like people.
She doesn't like people in their space. So she's not going to bring that person.
No, I think...
Whereas Marlo's already bringing Scotty in on his fucking day off to come and cook. Candy says, who did she say has whore behaviour? I think it's Marlo, but I'm not sure why.
You don't know why Candy would say that about Marlo? Are you watching the same show?
Oh yeah, no. I can't specifically think like what antagonized it in this particular moment.
What kicked it off at this one? Yes, she does. Candy does the whole, and she does the thing with the hands, and she's like, "Annie, your whole behaviour." Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember her saying that, but I don't know why.
And then we talk about the film and how she's asked Drew to be cast in it, and Kenya's all like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Yeah.
And she's like, upset. Well, you can come and audition. She's like, oh, I won't audition. It's like, well, then you won't get a part.
You won't get a part, yeah. Because Drew's actually good at what she does.
Yeah, and shit at business, so I imagine quite cheap. Whereas, like, Kenya knows her worth too much. Like, I think she's going to be asking for unrealistic
the Kenya
amount.
Moore name equals talent, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Whereas I live for me. Oh my God. I live for some Kenya Moore, but she's got to understand that she's not.
The problem is Kenya Moore is like, she's become like a drag queen at this point. Like,
that's exactly what she is. Yeah.
She's so saturated.
It's that brand, isn't it? It's not a real person.
And then in the testimonials, Candy's like, I'm not saying Drew is young and naive, but she knows how to pretend to be naive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy's shading a lot this season.
Yeah, she is. I think, well, I think
because we said from the beginning, we said before it started that this was the Candy takedown season, and I think that's what they're trying to do. I
think they're giving her an edit so it looks more.
Oh, definitely. I reckon that she's always been like this, but they've never shown it. Yeah. Oh, fuck, my shoulder's killing me.
And then, so Marlo says how she's dated Roy.
No, he tried to date her. Did she actually date him?
Oh, did they not? Did they just DM?
I don't know.
It's not a big deal either way, is it?
No.
And Kenya's like, why are you bringing it up? And is this when she has the like thing with Courtney being like, don't touch me?
Yes. When Courtney's like just trying to like, I don't even think Courtney put her hands on her at this
point.
She did.
She was not in an, it was absolutely not aggressive, but Kenya doesn't like any of it whatsoever.
Oh.
But I feel like she did. I feel like she said the right thing. She was like, no, don't touch me. Like, don't put your hands on me. We're not there yet. And I think that is an unusual thing to say, but I think we have to in society be like, that person has asked me not to touch them, and so I should not touch them.
Consent's a thing.
Yeah, like, and I thought Sonja was like, she's just explaining to you that that's her boundary. Like, that's reasonable. She's rude, but reasonable. Unlike Sheree being like, so is the chef gonna get paid?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sheree Whitfield should not be talking to anyone about anyone paying bills.
Exactly.
That's not acceptable behaviour.
It's not acceptable behaviour. She's so rude.
She just beyond.
And then they discuss how they're going to go to Portugal.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, and they get on the plane and Candy shits herself.
Candy's like fully shitting herself.
Oh. Thank God they fly first class because she could have her own toilet.
Oh, bless her. Can you imagine how awful that would be?
Oh my God. And because you can't do the courtesy flush, can you, on an airplane? No. It's not the same.
It's just, it's like, and she's going for the least amount of time. She's going for like 2 days.
I know.
Oh, yeah. So they arrive in Portugal. Candy is like sick as a dog.
Yeah.
But everyone's having to do their other like stories, aren't they? Like, because Moneta's talking about her orphanage.
Oh yeah, who knew?
Exactly.
Good for her.
Yeah. But that then sort of blends into a conversation about like, what is Ralph doing
in life in general?
Well, he's in Vegas auditioning for
Magic Mike, the black version.
Yeah, it's called like Hot Chocolate or something terrible.
Now, you know how I feel about a stripper. I love me a stripper. If I paid big money to go and see Vegas strippers and Ralph came on stage, I would want my money back.
Well, they say that Heath has a better chance of being in Hot Chocolate or whatever it's called.
I don't feel like Ralph has a big enough appendage. I need to see shit flap on stage, lift stuff up, move about.
They do a lot of pumping though, don't they?
That I don't care if they do pumping. Like, I need hip thrusts that make me feel like if that was your stroke game, I am in for a good time.
I worked with one of the guys who was in the Dream Boys. Have I told you this?
You have, yes.
Yeah,
he like wasn't straight, was he?
No, they're not straight.
That ruined my day a little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I think some of them might be flexible.
I mean, it's not like I can do anything anyway, is it? So one can dream.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was like enhancement happening.
Okay, but they can all dance. That's the point.
Oh yeah, he was a trained dancer. Yeah. And they're like, because they're dancers, they're like ripped.
Yeah, and they've got like the V thing.
Yeah, all of that.
I like that. I like me a thigh and a V thing.
Yeah, yeah. And they're like super bendy. They got rhythm. They're a good time.
Yeah. Ralph, not so much.
No. So maybe it's, I don't know, they're like pumped now, aren't they? Like the Magic Mike boys in town are like quite small. And then like now they're really like, they've done loads of gym work. So they're loads of pecs and arms, so that when you see them up close, I mean, I just don't quite get that massive pecs thing. I don't want to. Guys,
someone has breasts bigger than you. Yeah, I get that.
But they're not huge, like, because they're dancers, so they're not big men.
No, yeah. I know. I'm starting to fancy Travis Barker, so I don't really know what's happening in the world.
I'm bringing you round.
I don't know. This week's episode of the Kardashians, I was like, yeah, do you know what? I see it. I think it's his personality as well, makes
the strong
him really
silentness.
attractive.
And
and he's just like, he dominates a conversation without dominating a conversation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think because he has like fully looked death in the face multiple times when he talks to people.
So many times. Yeah. And he's still a fully functioning person in society. I would be a mess.
Yeah.
He went the other way though. I would have gone straight into the drink and drugs. He went for like clean living and
he's gone clean living. Yeah.
He's gone like
life is a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift. I was like, no, fuck the gift. Like I need to
balance,
lose my mind a little bit.
Then so what has happened to those women when I'm like, are they just jet lagged? Because then they have a whole dinner where they're like, can you blink with one eye?
Yeah.
Can you blink with the other eye? I'm like, what are you, two?
The answer to that question is yes, I can.
Everyone can do that.
No, not everyone can do that. That's the thing. Like, not everyone can have control of both eyes. You've got like a dominant eye. Anyway,
I think you need to try harder. You can't wink with.
I could back my eyelids really fast as well, which freaks people out.
Okay, good.
Just like that's my party trick.
I don't have a party trick.
No. I'm sure you do. You just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can get my whole fist in my mouth.
There we go. No one reasonable person can do that. That's bizarre.
Got a very big mouth.
Well, testament to your husband. Touche.
So, perfect. Right, that's it then, isn't it? That's just then they end on how nobody got any She by Sheree.
Which always seems like bizarre that they're shocked by that.
Well, they talk about how they got it back, how she took it back, and everyone was like, no, I gave all mine back, I got it, they got it back, and then Marlo's in the confessional like, I got mine. I got a hat, I got a hoodie.
I love when I miss friend of Marlo.
Oh,
which is when you get her being laughing, joking confessionals. She gives me that friend of energy
about how people are dead.
And she's like coming at people for like no apparent reason. I don't like that Marlo, but the friend of energy Marlo I love so much. Oh, I was really happy when she got her peach.
Yeah,
I think she's
you were like her
as a housewife. I think she's flopped. As a friend of, she's fantastic.
I think it's because she needed a storyline.
But she had, like I've said before, she has a storyline. Why is she actively not using it?
Yeah, I guess she's with the boys.
Yeah,
maybe she's just trying to not exploit them. I mean, does she legally have full rights over them?
I don't know.
Maybe she can't. Maybe she can't sign it.
Fair.
But yeah, I thought about Portugal that they were going to be like doing specific healing things.
Yeah.
But they're just on a holiday.
They're on a holiday, yeah, and occasionally they will talk about Sheree's uterus.
Healing. But yeah, they're not like actually doing anything for healing because they said they're going to go to a market.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they can get some herbs.
This is true.
That's what they call them, herbs, isn't it? Herbs.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck my shoulder. Jesus. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say about Atlanta because I don't remember it.
I think that's it. I think that's all that happened. It was mainly them just going to Portugal.
Okay.
And the brunch. Messy
Crappie
bra.
Lake.
Crappie Lake. I can't really remember what happened in Crappie Lake.
I don't know how they went mudding.
Oh, in the big cars.
In the big truck things.
Yeah.
And Luann, I remember this one point that made me mad. Luann tried to make it seem like she let Sonja have that guy.
Yeah.
When that was not what happened. Luann, I love
see you.
But that's not what happened, babe.
That's not what happened.
He wanted Sonja and Sonja only. And then Sonja's upset because she didn't realise he wasn't from the town.
And he's going away. He's going away for the weekend.
So then can she fuck someone else? Or will they judge her?
Will who judge her? The town?
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to get burnt at the stake. They've got a whole bar where you staple your pants to the ceiling. How judgmental can they be?
Fair.
And they failed to get a playground. They
did. Oh, God. And they had to do they talking to the statue cutout thing to try and break the news to the guy. That was just so brilliant. That was brilliant TV. I don't remember anything else that happened. That's the thing, because I'm watching it like you said. I'm watching it in the way that it was meant to be watched. Like I'm just wild. In it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pay attention to what went on. I'm in the moment.
I think I'm not going to watch the next episode until Friday, until we record, and then it'll be fresh.
Remember? Okay. All right.
That's my plans.
Let's do that then.
But I like it. I'm still enjoying it.
I love Crappie Lake. I'm sad that it's going to be nearly finished.
I know. It's only like 8 episodes or something, isn't it?
Oh. We need more. They need to do one in different cities. Like, it needs to be a thing.
Oh, yeah, like a tour.
Yeah.
Go forever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, they can go buttfuck nowhere everywhere, can't they?
There isn't any state in America that you can't find a buttfuck nowhere or multiple buttfuck nowheres. And then go to Canada. Go hang out with some, like, Mounties and shit.
Yeah.
I'd love a Mountie episode. Could you imagine Sonja and Luann with Mounties? Jesus. That'd be amazing.
I think they'd be great here.
On like a farm in like Devon or somewhere random where they got like the proper accents. Oh, I'm here for that. Or like a northern town.
Oh, yeah, like, yeah. Like a Grimsby. That'd be fantastic. Shelling prawns.
Yeah.
It's in Aberdeen and they like fully can't understand anybody.
Yeah. And Luann constantly being like, I thought we were in England. This is nowhere we have the Queen. Shouldn't we be doing I think we're done.
We are. Night all.
Night. We'll catch you up. Well, yeah. So
we'll be back again soon with more regular scheduling next week.
Yeah, and then it's going to be a bit sketchy for the month of August.
Yeah, we need to revive.
Things are happening, holidays are happening, things are going on, kids aren't at school, it's like a whole thing. But we will let you know.
We'll be back.
We're taking a break, or we're not taking a break. But next week I'll get this out. There's no point telling you because you'll be listening to it in no time. But
thanks for waiting.
Yeah, next week will happen on time.
Bye.
Good night. She waved again.